Hello everyone, welcome back to my Into the Radius scavenger mod playthrough. I'm Crispy Chicken, thank you for tuning in. This is just going to be a shorter video than some of the other ones. I just finally, I don't know, I'm sure you can already tell, I finally finished organizing my entire dorm room, all of Vanno, everything in between that as well. It took almost 3 hours to combine every ammo box, clean every gun, clean every mag, sell everything, do some side missions to unlock the farewell feast, and essentially just do a bunch of other stuff, hang things on walls. It was quite a lot of work, a lot of tedious work, but it was also cathartic in a way. So this is going to be a short video touring everything before we move on to the rest of the playthrough, especially towards the end. So, firstly, I have a bunch of armor sets. I have regular armor and 2 sets of heavy protection vest armor, which is a part of the scavenger pod. I have plenty of helmets. And here is my candles that I get from the candle mod that's on Nexus Mods, which I really like. Here are all my collectibles and my cigarettes. I got the Windsor update Christmas tree, along with all the white collectibles that you can find out in the radius. I'm sure you can already see that I moved all my guns, ammo, and mags somewhere else, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Here are all my cleaning supplies. I got a bunch of oil, a bunch of cleaning oil, and I do not plan to get rid of any of that. Especially with the scavenger mod, I never know when I'm gonna destroy or break all my stuff and I'm gonna need to clean a bunch of guns. I actually went through almost a row of this, just cleaning everything that I had in this last few hours. Here's all my healing and artifacts. I have 4 regens, plenty to get through the rest of the story. Plenty of injectors as well. I'm mainly using injectors because they're easier to bring and use. I'm saving these regens for long trips. Here are my grenades, never really touched them. This is my small stash of survival equipment. Up here are all my gas masks and my headlamp. Funnily enough, if those of you who watched the beginning of this playthrough, it took me almost 5 hours to find my first gas mask to complete a Flash in the Dark, the Black Key Village artifact mission around here. And now, I keep on finding too many gas masks. I've actually sold a bunch already, and one is on my little friend out there too. But now I have a bunch. That's where all my food is. I want to keep as many canned food goods as I have. I'm trying to eat these right now. In fact, I actually know, it doesn't show it, but I know I have some hunger on it. Or on my watch. Here are all my knives. I had a knife shortage at the beginning of this game, especially since they're $600, if I remember correctly, to repair with the scavenger mod. But now, I'm starting to find a lot more, thankfully, and I'm not running out anytime soon. Firstly, here are all my guns. I try to only keep one of each gun that I need, because I'm getting to the point where I was collecting 4 or 5 of every gun, and I don't need that many. I really only need one to do the job that I can consistently come back and clean. Of course, you got your 9x18s, your Makarov, GSH, OC33, your Tokarev in 7.62x25, your 9mm, the Glock 17, M9 Beretta, Glock 18C, and who could forget the lovely Deagle. I found that in the last part, for those of you who remember when I had that fateful encounter with the slider. These are some of my short two-handed weapons. The PP91, MP5, and a short sawed-off shotgun. Here are all my mags and my grenades for the GP32 grenade launcher. I tried to sort them generally by similar calibers. So here's the AK platform, here's the M4 platform. This is generally guns that you find around the castle. 9x39's kind of right here and right here. Here are pistols and some machine guns. That's essentially all my mags. I actually threw away a lot of mags, or not threw away, sold a lot of mags in this organization session. and I try to only keep 3 or 4 for most guns. Up here are all my attachments. I'm using some of the attachments that are already on my guns. You can see the Spectre and the light on the M4 down there, for example. But I just kind of keep everything up here, and I can grab as I go when I'm preparing to deploy into the radius. Here you can see, here are all my small calibers and shotgun shells. So you have a crap ton of 9x18. Here's my 7.62, my 9mm, my 357 for the deagle, and my slugs and buckshot. Down here, you can see here's my 5.56, here's my 5.45, my 7.62x39, 7.62x54 for the Mosin and the Tiger, my 9x39 for the integrated suppressed weapons, and the 7.62x51 ammo cans right there. And that's essentially all the ammo that I have right now. This is the main attraction. This is my gun rack, or my gun wall in a way. I have a lot of empty spaces because I essentially just made them for when I do find other guns, because I wanted to sell all my ammo boxes. They were starting to lag my base a lot. But you can see I have essentially most of the AK platforms. I don't have the AK-74M. That's okay. These still essentially do the same thing. Here's the AKM, AK-74, AK-74U. There's the Mosin down there. Here are some of my shotguns, especially my pump and my double barrels. Here's my Saiga that we found in the last episode, Queen Groza that I also found in the last episode, Spaz that we again also found in the last episode, and then my main radius gun, the M4 down there. Funny thing that I just realized, we have almost every, wait no, I think we actually do have every shotgun in the game, because you have both your double barrels, your pump, Spaz, and Saiga. I have every shotgun in the game. I just realized that. That's interesting. I'll put this here, just for fun sakes. But yeah, this is essentially my Into the Radius home at the moment. This is Vanno, where I reside. I finally did the organization. It was such a pain. Literally almost 3 hours. But it was definitely worth it now. It's not lagging as bad, and I can keep better track of all my stuff. Of course, before we go, we can't forget our friend here. I'm still waiting on a name. I haven't decided on a name. I'll probably come up with a name within the next 2 parts. He's still consuming his fancy collection of canned pineapples and cigarettes, and he keeps him going, guarding Vanno for me. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that is essentially my entire Vanno, now that it's been finally cleaned. For those who look back at the previous parts, you'll know how much of a mess it was. It was terrible. But I would like to thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time and support. This was the Vanno tour of the Into the Radius scavenger mod run, and I will see you all in the next part.